What I'm about to present to you in this video is arguably my finest work, because not only does it decode and demonstrate that famous people are being ritually sacrificed by the numbers, and it also demonstrates how professional sports, are scripted. Okay? So the interesting numbers connected with the death of Gerard Houllier and his scripted 2000 and 2001 season. So Gerard Houllier, I grew up being a big Manchester United fan, so I know all about him. He was the coach of Liverpool. He coached them to 5 trophies in the span of 6 months in this season, 2000-2001. He also was the coach of France, the coach of Lens, Lyon, Paris Saint-Germain, who I think is a Jesuit club, Aston Villa, and a few other clubs. But it was in 2000-2001 where he won 5 trophies in the span of 6 months. He won the FA Cup, the League Cup, the FA Charity Shield, the UEFA Cup, and the UEFA Super Cup. Interesting scorelines, which I will discuss later. So he was born in France, he died in France. Obviously his nationality is French. This is irrelevant, but his spouse, Isabelle Houllier, when he was a professional player, he played midfield. By the way, what is relevant? It's amazing, isn't it, how many ex-professionals become coaches, because they're all aware of how the system works. Okay, people say, well, if they've had the experience, they have the knowledge. No, they know how the system works, and it just keeps flowing and keeps flowing and keeps flowing. Okay, they don't necessarily have to be top players like Maradona became a coach. Ronald Koeman is coaching Barcelona. Pirlo is an amazing player, is coaching Juventus. You can have coaches like David Moyes, Sir Alex Ferguson, whose careers wasn't amazing, Jurgen Klopp, but they were professional footballers. But it's staggering how many go into coaching and in the punditry. If you look at Sky Sports, 2 main pundits, Gary Neville, who captained Manchester United, and Jamie Carragher, who captained Liverpool. They know how it all works. Absolutely know how it all works. By the end of the video, you're going to have an idea of how it all works. So stay tuned and be patient. So he died at the age of 73. Ritual sacrifice equals 73. He coached 307 professional games for Liverpool FC, and he died at the age of 73. Remember, zeros have no value in gematria, so that can be seen as 37, which is a reflection of 73. Liverpool also won 3 major trophies within a span of 7 days: the Worthington Cup, or the League Cup, FA Cup, and UEFA Cup, like 37, once again, a reflection of 73. His name, Gerard Houllier, is 81 in 2 of the 4 main ciphers, just like Ritual has 81 in 2 ciphers. This was a ritual by the Jesuits. People will say, oh, he was 73, he had heart problems. Stop trying to decode it. It's just a guy who died at the age of 73 who had heart problems. However, it's not. It's way more than that. And again, by the end of the video, you're going to realize that it's way more than that. From the date of his birthday this year to the day he died was a span of 14 weeks and 4 days, which can be seen as 144, like the English ordinal of Jesuit Order. It was also 102 days, which is a reflection of 201, like the Jesuit Order. Of course, Houlier's most successful year as a coach came in 2001. He won 5 trophies over a span of 6 months. There's your 56. There's a few other 56s that I'll discuss later in the video. Winning the UEFA Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, FA Cup, Worthington Cup, and Charity Shield. He was awarded Manager of the Year, and Liverpool were awarded the Team of the Year. Of course, they won 5 trophies. Makes sense, but it's all scripted. It's all scripted. Like I said, I was a huge Manchester United fan. I don't care now. I don't care if they win, lose, or draw. I used to be so emotionally invested in it. They would lose the game. It would ruin my afternoon. They would win. I'd be all happy, full of energy. I do not let that have any factor in my life anymore. Sports are incredible. I love playing them. But professional sports right now are a weapon of mass distraction. They are a weapon of mass distraction. No doubt about it. They're rigged, they're scripted. It's getting even worse now with VAR and all these penalty decisions. But it's not just football. This is going on in basketball, the NFL, the NHL. The highest level of sports, it is going on. And if you really start watching the games and paying attention to what goes on in them, you will see it. But a lot of people will still deny it because it hurts too much. I grew up playing sports at a high level, coaching, watching, obsessed with sport, and I still enjoy it, but it's scripted. It was no surprise that star strikers Michael Owen and Emil Heskey played a major role in their success that year when you see their numbers. So Heskey started every single final, 5 finals. Look how he has the 54 and the 54, and how Michael Owen has the 54 and 54. Just like Jesuit Order has the 54. These two players, Heskey and Owen, they came through, they broke through really young, prolific goal scorers. Heskey at Leicester City, Michael Owen at Liverpool. Both went on to represent England. They both scored in the ritual 5-1 victory against Germany. I think Owen got a hat-trick. Heskey got the 5th goal. I'll always remember his celebration. Mr. 54, Michael Owen, he won the Ballon d'Or in 2001. So the 2001 Ballon d'Or given to the best football player in Europe as judged by a panel of sports journalists. Guy, these sports journalists are Jesuits. It's the Jesuit Order. They decide who wins it. Before the season's even began, they've got the script written out. From UEFA member countries was awarded to Michael Owen on 18th of December 2001. I could be wrong, but I think he actually made his debut at the age of 18, but it may have been younger, to be honest. But again, 18 is a reflection of 81, like ritual. But a player who I believe had the biggest impact was a Scottish player named Guy McAllister. Scottish international Guy McAllister signed for Liverpool at the age of 35 after a solid yet unspectacular career. He played for teams like Coventry City and Leeds United. He's a good player, but he wasn't anything spectacular. And he signs for Liverpool at 35. And he had an unbelievable season with them. He played a major role in Liverpool's 2000-2001 trophy winning season, and of course he wore the jersey 21. Why is that important? Because Jesuit equals 21. I will never forget his free kick against Everton. It's a 44-yard free kick in the Merseyside derby, which is a big, big rivalry in England. Basically, he took this free kick from distance, pinged it low in the corner, and the commentator said it was genius. I say it was scripted. Watch it on YouTube. Horrific goalkeeping. This is elite football, the top league in the world. And some of the mistakes that they make, just think of Carrius against Madrid, where he rolled the ball to Benzema to tap into an open goal. And then he let the Bale strike go underneath him for the 3-1 ritual. It's just beyond a joke, to be honest, that people still don't accept that it's all scripted and predetermined. And I will prove that. People might say, why are you doing this? Why do you care? Because we live in a scripted society. Sports is just one aspect of it. Politics is scripted. Look how the coronavirus became a pandemic on the 11th of March, which can be written 113, and the presidential election in the United States was the 3rd of November, which can also be written 113. 113 is the number of deception. It's all there if you choose to listen and pay attention and do your research, which I do constantly. And will this research lose me friends? Maybe respect. People might think, oh, you're just critical. No, I'm trying to reveal truth to bring down this corrupt beast system. I always mention WWE. It was seen to be real for many, many decades. And then it all came out that it was sports entertainment, and it was scripted, that the winners were scripted. And eventually I think the same will happen in professional sports. But we need to stop worshipping these false heroes. Liverpool won their first trophy that season by beating Birmingham City 5-4 on penalties. 54, like Jesuit Order. McAllister came on in the 78th minute for Steven Gerrard, club legend, and he scores the first penalty of the shootout. Remember, McAllister wore the number 21. for Liverpool. And look, in the first final they get to, he comes on in the 78th minute. He came on again in the FA Cup final victory versus Arsenal, which of course finished 2-1. And to really demonstrate how clear it is that sports are scripted and the Jesuit Order determine the outcome, he started in the UEFA Cup final win over Alaves, in which they won 5-4. 5-4. 5-4. That should be enough. I should be able to stop the video right now. I'm not proving my point, but I'm going to keep going. He took the free kick that led to the own goal from the Alaves keeper, which turned out to be the golden goal. That's the match-winning goal. And in that game, he played a hand in 3 other goals, going on to win the Man of the Match award. McAllister then went on to score a penalty in the 2-1 victory over Manchester United in the Community Shield final. That's basically the winner of the Premier League and the winner of the FA Cup. No wonder Houllier described McAllister as his most inspirational signing. They win 5-4 in penalties and he scores the first penalty, and they win the UEFA Cup 5-4 and he takes the free kick that led to the own goal by the Alaves keeper. They win the FA Cup and Community Shield finals 2-1, like how Jesuit equals 21. It's scripted. This McAllister guy also, he played for Leeds United with Gary Speed, and I think his death was a ritual. Just came out of nowhere. They said he had mental problems, he had depression, suicidal tendencies. I don't believe it for a second. I think that was a ritual murder. And he was probably connected to it. Jesuit Order, 54. In the same year, Houllier had the greatest coaching season of his life. He also experienced a massive low when in October 2001, it was reported that he had open heart surgery after suffering from chest pains during a home match against Leeds United. So he goes from winning 5 trophies, and then not long after, he has heart surgery. And there's a TV show called Once Upon a Time. There's a character called Rumpelstiltskin, and his quote is, "All magic comes with a price, dearie." And I do believe that. I believe at the top, you get given a lot, but you get sacrificed. They'll bring you here, and then they can bring you down. So his last job was coaching Aston Villa. And guess when he got that job? 2010, like 201. So remember, 0 has no value. But the following April, after he signed, Houllier was admitted to hospital with chest pains. And guess who replaced him? Gary McAllister. Yes, Gary McAllister stepped in to help steer Villa away from relegation trouble. There you have it. The script is just outrageous, but people don't acknowledge it. McAllister replaces him after Houllier has heart pains again. He signs McAllister at 35. And he goes on to have an unbelievable year with Liverpool when he was pretty much a nobody. He was a good player, like I said, he was good, but it didn't make much sense to sign him. And a lot of his goals, penalties, free kicks, which can be scripted. Like I said, there's so many penalties awarded this year that can determine the outcome of a game. Set piece is a really easy way to gift goals to teams. A number of ex-Liverpool players paid their tribute to Houllier, with the majority ending their tweets with "Rest in peace, boss." These players included Michael Owen, who I've discussed, Harry Kewell, Jamie Carragher, who was the club captain for many years, now a Sky pundit, and Phil Thompson, also working for Sky, but he was a Liverpool legend, and he was the assistant of Liverpool under Houllier. Go on Twitter, they end their tweets with "RIP boss." It's intentional. Look how RIP boss has the 35 and 46, exactly the same as Catholic. All scripted, even the tweets are scripted. I've said it all along. And by the way, Harry Kewell, he won the Champions League with Liverpool. In that ridiculous final against AC Milan, where they're 3-0 down at half-time against definitely the best team in the world, the best defence in the world, they're 3-0 down to AC Milan. They end up drawing the game 3-3 and winning on penalties. That's enough to prove to you how scripted it is. It's outrageous that happened. And if you even look at the team that Liverpool started in that game, some of the players, Vladimir Smica, their fullback, Traore, I think, could be wrong. Gibril Cisse, I think, was in there, Harry Kewell, and they were playing against people like Kaká, Shevchenko, Dida, Maldini, Pirlo, and they turn it around. So scripted, it's disgusting. Just like the Man United Champions League 1999 final, scored 2 goals in the last minute to win 2-1, to win the treble. Remember, 21, Jesuit, they win 2-1. Houllier in France. So Houllier was born in France, he managed the national team, and he died in Paris, France. Paris, France has often been known as the home of the Jesuits. He also guided Lyon to 2 league titles in France after he finished with Liverpool. And of course, they have the Jesuit 21 connection. Paris, France has the 56 connection, the number of the year. Society of Jesus has the 56. Notice how they both have the 187 as well, because they're responsible for his death. Time people start waking up to it. It was Liverpool's 109th season, which can be written as 19 without the 0, in 2001, and Houllier died 19 years after, during the year of COVID-19, which also has the 56 connection, like Paris, France, and Society of Jesus. And let's not forget that he won 5 trophies in 6 months, like 56. Also, the date between his death and what would have been his next birthday is 263 days, which is the 56 prime number. 263 is a prime number from 201, 300. 263 has 2 factors, 1 and 263. It is the 56 prime number and the 10th prime number from 201 to 300. His name, Gerard Houllier, has an English ordinal of 153. Get this, that's the 17th triangular number. Yes, the 17th triangular number. And he died leaving 17 days left in the year. So here's an image. Wave if you know that you're involved in corruption. Smile with ridiculous sunglasses and a terrible hat if you're aware that all sports results are scripted by the numbers. I feel sorry for the fans. I was one of them. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be out on the streets celebrating. But remember, sports, professional sports, are a weapon of mass distraction. It's all predetermined. It plays with our emotion. A lot of people lose money gambling. We invest all the money in tickets, in jerseys. So much money going to the Jesuit Order. We get brainwashed by all the sponsors at the side of the field when we're watching the TV, which they own all the channels for that. We need to bring this down. We need to spread all this truth. We need to stop this from happening. We need to stop being like, oh, it's just another death. He had a heart attack. People die of heart attacks. Oh, they committed suicide. Adam, people commit suicide all the time. What are you talking about? At this level of these people, it is ritual. It is sacrifice. It's ritual sacrifice. By the numbers, they're part of the order. I think the family's part of the order. And then it just continues and continues and continues. And whatever they tell us about these people, we just believe, we just accept. But it's time for us to wake up to what's going on. This video has to be the most conclusive and clear video that demonstrates that people are being murdered by the numbers and that professional sports are absolutely scripted. No doubt in my mind anymore.